Welcome to CSGuitars, the science of loud. This is a new segment where I want to shine a spotlight on some equipment that I use regularly but wouldn't necessarily mention in other videos. There's lots of gear that allows CSGuitars to exist, so I think it's worthwhile showcasing it to you and letting you know what's going on somewhat behind the scenes. Today I want to talk about Rode microphones. I've been using Rode mics since the very start of this channel and they're exclusively what I use to capture my voice. So whenever you hear my beautiful Scottish accent in a video, it's been picked up by one of these microphones. While I've talked about how I record guitars in the past and the microphones that I use for that, I've never talked about how I record my voice and the microphones I use for that purpose. Let's take a look at the microphones that I have then, starting with the NT2A, a large diaphragm condenser microphone with on-body switches for pads, polar patterns and high-pass filters. This is the main microphone that I use in the studio for capturing all spoken content like you're hearing right now. It's positioned pretty much directly above my head and set to the cardioid pattern to reject any sound bouncing back off my low ceiling. Overhead miking is a very common technique for getting good sounding voice recordings, and it certainly works for what I do here in the studio. I don't use the onboard switches very often, but they can be useful depending on the application. Having the ability to pad down the signal level at the microphone and knock out any low frequency noise can save a lot of pain in post when you plan ahead with your microphone setup. It's a pretty heavy microphone to have extended on a boom like this, so the mic stand is weighed down on the floor to prevent it from toppling over. I probably should get myself a more heavy duty counterweighted microphone stand, but seeing as these weights never get lifted for any other reason, they might as well get some use like this. The majority of the time, this is what you'll be hearing when I'm speaking. The NT2A gives really good results and isn't very costly for a studio condenser microphone, so it's a great place to start if you're wanting to record any voiceovers or any vocal tracks of any kind. Also, condenser microphones are very multi-purpose, and I use this to record acoustic instruments, Foley, general sound effects, and as a room mic for guitar cabinet recordings. When I'm outside of the studio, I can't take the NT2A with me, so I've got the option of many other microphones to choose from, the first of which being the VideoMic Pro, a shotgun mounted directly to the top of my camera. I think for anyone who's got a YouTube channel, does vlogs or video content of any kind, you're probably going to be very familiar with this microphone already. It's pretty much industry standard at this point, everyone's got one and it does exactly what it needs to do. Being a shotgun microphone, this is highly directional, weather shielded thanks to that dead cat, and very useful for capturing general environment sounds or for recording conversations between two or more people. This is the microphone that I used to capture the audio for my recent interview with Jen Majura and when I was talking with Ryan in my lipstick pickups video. This is my on-camera mic, which is always running as a backup audio, an insurance take even within the studio. It's very useful to have a fallback in case the primary method fails, and this has very usable audio which can be utilised if the need occurs. The next microphone is the lapel or lavalier mic with a wireless transmitter and receiver. This is super useful when I'm out at events, when I'm like at Tomin, or when I was down visiting Laney in January this year. This allows me to capture my voice without too much background noise, which is perfect for busy environments when I'm on location. The wireless nature means that I'm not constrained by a certain cable distance between myself and the camera, allowing me the freedom to move around while in frame and still get perfect audio. I also don't have to carry an additional audio recorder, as the receiver plugs directly into the camera and records the audio along with the video. It's just one file at the end of the day, which is super convenient, and I wouldn't leave home without it. The new addition, which I've not had a chance to use properly yet, is the reporter mic. This is a broadcast quality handheld microphone designed for interview and reporting purposes. Rode very kindly sent this to me alongside the XLR wireless transmitter so that I can further expand the possibilities of my channel, and it's certain to see a lot of use at the next event or gathering that I attend. While this might be a little bit more intrusive than my lavalier mic if I'm just talking myself in a video, when it comes to interviews, when there are multiple people to talk to, this will become very useful, especially since I can point the microphone at the person who I want to speak, and that allows me to control the flow of conversation. Unlike if you're using an omnidirectional room mic, when there's no such etiquette cue, and that allows people just to talk over each other, which doesn't make for a very concise or understandable video. So that's my Rode microphone collection used to capture my voice for all CSGuitars videos. As I said at the start of this video, I've been using Rode mics since the very beginning of this channel, and I'm a dedicated Rode fanboy. If you want to get great sounding voice recordings like me, accent optional, then links to all these microphones will be in the description if you want to check them out for yourself. And if you like this video and you want to see more content from me, then you can hit that subscribe button, which will notify you of all new content as it comes out. Patreon's also there for exclusive secret stuff. T-shirts are available, and there's other videos you might not have seen. But that's all for now, guys. Keep it loud, and I'll see you later.